That was me singing earlier.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
You're really good at that, Taste.
Yeah, yeah.
You had the talent, man.
Yeah, I make it sound far away like it's in the music was actually made. Welcome back to GSL Code A. We got Hero and Super PvP.
Super really well known for his Protoss, but I mean, I gotta give the edge to Hero here.
I have to agree with you. Super could win here, but I don't know. I mean, I think this is one of the more straightforward groups. I'm just assuming SOS and Hero pop out.
Yeah.
I think the real fight is going to be here in the losers match to see who's going to have the rematch, the chance to, go to the fifth best of 3 and try to recover. The map is going to be merry-go-round. 3-player maps do allow for some types of keys in PvP.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to pressure your opponent directly.
With that being said, we're actually going to go right into this game here. A PvP here, game number 1 between Hero and Super. In the upper right, he is
Gigantus Hero.
I'm very focused. Shooting lasers into that PC screen, burning holes in the screen with his eyes. In the upper left here, he is
MVP Super.
Now, Hero did just lose a very big, important Protoss match against Parting, if I remember correctly, in the Pro League playoffs. So there's a best of 1, and it was against Parting, who's also much better than Super is. But still, it's going to be stressful. It's got to be in the back of his mind because that may have cost his team the entire playoffs. So.
Well, I'm sure he's been able to, get back into the zone.
Yeah. He also actually, after that, lost to, I even forgot, like, more importantly, lost to Rain in an ace match, like the game 7, in a very close PvP. So he lost both of those recently. This is, I mean, again, something that's completely off of Code A, and he's, like you were about to say, I think is probably putting away from his mind. But it's pretty stressful because now his team's out of playoffs. At least now he can focus away from Pro League because that's part of his career is over now, and now he can focus on individual leagues like the GSL.
Well, let's see how he does here today. PvP, it's been a little bit shorter lately.
Yeah.
Even though it's actually it's actually the shortest matchup. I shouldn't even water this down. It's the shortest matchup. It's been staying that way, and at times being even a little bit quicker. There is, cheeses are getting more and more, or I should even say, all-ins. There's a lot of different variations of closing the game out quickly. Just very strong rushes that can snowball the game.
Yeah.
These are all very, very down to the smallest detail here. Yeah. I'm not articulate. Well, if I got to go home, I can't do that. I can't do this today. I'm sorry. Well,
I think you're quite skilled in fact, Tasis.
Yeah.
But I think to note about this is when you're looking at PvP, sometimes you have players who go with 2 and 2 in the gas, 3 and 3 at the beginning. Everything's very specific. How much you mine exactly, whether you get the mothership core first
down to
before
the
your tech, before you get your tech before your mothership core. Do you scout with your mothership core? Do you probe scout? How much money are you going to lose from that? It's very, very technical.
And we actually have a Stargate coming out here, very quick Stargate. And that's pretty important because the probe here for Super has not gotten up to Hero's base. And this is a much, much quicker Stargate than we've seen in other cases in PvP. So
right. It's even a Stargate before like Warp Gate research. It's the second the core is done, he rushes that out.
Now, the probe is hidden over here. He hasn't gone up into the main because most other players would have had a stalker there instead to stop it, but he's not even going to see just the mothership core there to chase it out. So this could really catch him off guard. He has Phoenix's rallied up here, and a Nexus goes down. I think Hero's build is really cool, but with 3-gate stalker with Blink coming up here, I think there are. I think it's one of the better ends to be in here for Super. I think that even though he's going to be caught off guard,
let's see how he reacts.
Should be okay.
Because this first Phoenix, he might not even think it's real at first. Like, he might think it's a hallucination coming across because it's by itself. And then when the second Phoenix comes out, he's going to know it's very real. And the Phoenixes can help him defend, but he has to combine them with the mothership core. He has to be, picking up stalkers underneath that cannon at the Nexus. This is pretty tense. I'm not.
Well, the fact that he started out with a rush and he wasn't just back at home defending, you're totally right. If he picks up at the cannon, I mean, he's not in bad shape. If you can hold him over that and let the cannon do, the Nexus cannon do the damage. Now Blink is coming up here.
Yeah, he's even going to start engaging before that because he's like, you don't have any units.
Well, also
Stalker's taking some damage though.
These Stalkers do not have, or Phoenix, excuse me, do not have infinite energy. So I mean, every time they're using pickups now, oh, it's bad later on. Oh my God! And the Mothership Core. Now he'll trigger the Nexus cannon, but that's fine. The Stalkers go right back down the ramp. The Nexus is forced to cancel. The Phoenixes actually are now being sent out, rallied out over towards the main here, and it looks like, in fact, Super can even intercept this here. Do it, Pete. Just barely. He just barely does not get in time. Nexus cannon triggered. A Phoenix goes down.
Yeah, he might get it. No, I don't think he's going to get a second one.
Yeah,
barely
it looks
not.
like they're fast enough. But, you know, he really had the timing down here for that really well to know he could take that out. Stalkers regroup. Now, the Immortal's going to pop out here, but Blink's almost done, and you can, with enough Stalkers, just Blink right on top of that. And, oh, my God.
Yeah, he loses another one here. The Stalkers are actually so close to even getting that
actually might not be the best time for us to get a shot at their faces. Okay, he does get that Immortal down there. I think this, actually, yeah, that's going to be it. GG. Wow, nicely done there. Okay, so like we were talking about earlier, Hero's build was really cool and tricky, but it got pretty blind countered there by Super. Super was not doing his 3-gate Stalker build because he's hoping that Hero goes for Phoenixes. He was actually doing it because he thought it was a well-rounded build, but then when he got to the base, saw the Nexus, saw Phoenixes there, and saw there wasn't any ground presence at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't too hard for Super to take over there.
It lines up pretty well with the build that his opponent chose. What do you think about that Phoenix lift up? Like, we had 2 Phoenixes lift 1 Stalker. It felt like it was not really energy efficient.
I didn't think it was worth it at all.
Yeah, I don't think he really took serious it was coming. Maybe he was like, oh, I guess maybe he's just poking with these Stalkers. I don't think he really knew what was coming.
You know, here's the problem, man, is that even if you pick up, you're going to take shields off that Phoenix. The Phoenix is going to get away. You should know Blink's coming, because that's what people are doing nowadays. If they have the pylon outside your base and Stalkers coming up like that, it's not going to be hard for that one Stalker to blink away, or for the other Stalkers to blink under your Phoenixes eventually and take it out. Then again, what the hell is Hero supposed to do there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's pretty much discovered that, you know, he went for a rock and his opponent is going for paper. So, got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, pros vs. pros can be like that sometimes. Ever since Wings of Liberty. Interesting he picks Overgrowth here. I would have expected him to pick Sejong Station. It kind of makes me feel like he's also going to do an aggressive build here, wants a 2-player map for that reason.
Yeah. Well, Hero definitely had a little bit better results here than his opponent Super, but that might not matter today as he's down 1 game.